the Mavericks, and they're going to get their rings that day.
I am the talent.
There you go.
He letting him know who run things, huh? Point your
That's
fingers in my face. Point your fingers in my face, D-Wade.
You are a child. You are a child. So, do what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you take your medicine like a man. Play the Mavericks. Watch them get them rings that you guys couldn't do last year. That's what that man did to them. Total disrespect. LeBron, Wade, Bosh, come out, blow them up by 30.
Who else is playing on Christmas Day?
We also have the Celtics and the Knicks, which Celtics at the Knicks. So that's going to be another good game.
Yeah, I'm going to try to catch that. I'm going to be in the city, you know what I'm saying,
you
for
going to be in
Christmas.
So you going to try to attend the game?
Try to attend the game.
Oh, man. You know what? I want to actually go to a basketball game in Madison Square Garden. I want to see what the hype is about.
Yeah, hold me down, Spike. I'm sitting right behind Spike Lee, so it should be pretty exciting.
You know, I mean, because, it's going to be very exciting for the Knicks this year. You got Melo and Amari get a full training camp. They're going to add some free agents, hopefully,
yeah,
get them
Chris
running.
Paul and Dwight Howard.
Nah, that's never going to happen. They don't even have enough to try to even get Chris Paul. We don't know how they're going to pull that out, which I think they're eventually going to do.
We talking about this how New York owners, franchise teams, and businessmen get things done. Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie.
Randy Moss, shots out the building, Randy.
The NBA needs money, right? The small market team needs money. New York City has money. Straight cash, homie.
Well, I understand completely, but that's going to be a good game, though. The big three, they're winding down. They're almost done. The Knicks should go ahead and hopefully take that game and show them really who's the boss coming this season. We won't see you in the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston, this year. You're too old, son. You're too old.
Spectator sport.
So who else we got on Christmas Day?
The Thunder playing, right? Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Scoring champ.
That should be a good one.
Huh?
That should be an interesting one. I mean,
you
the
got
Thunder showed that they got talent, but are they a championship caliber team mentally? Can they lock it in mentally and do the things that champions do? Are they winners? Are they a team of Tebows?
I don't know they're a team of Tebows now. I mean, now you're going, come on now. That's a different level champion right there. When you're talking about Tebow and people having that type of the championship mentality and drive to win basketball games, do the Thunder have that? I don't know if the Thunder had that. I know one thing. I know Kevin Durant can score. He's won his scoring title the past 2 seasons. I know Westbrook takes up a lot of shots. He's not a true point guard. Now what this team's problem is, that's their problem. You got a scoring champ, and then you got Westbrook, who jacks up 30 shots a game as a point guard. That is going to be, the Thunder has to figure that out before they can win a championship. Because if you can't play together and put these two guys to play together for people to get the reasonable amount of shots, you're going to have a problem because Westbrook was taking too many shots when those balls should have been, and those shots should be going to Durant. At the end of the day, Westbrook, you're a point guard, sir.
Westbrook just left me a voice message. He said,
I am the talent, Dennis. They sign up a month in advance to see me. They'll wait in line for the next bus to see
You are
me.
the talent.
LA's trying to get Westbrook. They're not trying to get Durant.
I understand. You're the talent, Westbrook, but at the end of the day, you are a point guard. He's the scoring champ. He's the franchise player on that team. They either need to trade Westbrook or I don't know if they're going to be able to get a championship. I mean, another game we got is the Bulls and the Lakers on Christmas Day. The Bulls and the Lakers will be going at it, D-Rose, versus Kobe. I mean, that should be a pretty good game.
I think Bulls take that one for sure. I think Bulls take
Why
that
would you
one.
think the Bulls take that game? I mean, Kobe revived, refreshed. He said he coming back like he was 25. I mean, Kobe said he's about to just do it this year.
There's got to be, you know
it.
why? Because there's got to be some time for this team to learn. They got a new coach. There's no consistency yet developed. They're not sure what they're going to be running. They haven't been in those situations under the coach because ultimately he's going to be making calls and decisions, you would hope, and it's going to be a different experience.
Yeah,
so it's the first game pretty much, you know what I mean?
Mike Brown is a defensive guy. So, and Kobe, he agrees with that. He loves to play defense. He's always on the first team defense. So as far as the defensive aspect of it, they're going to be able to lock people down defensively. You know what I'm saying? Gasol's going to get more aggressive. He's going to make Gasol and those big men down there play more aggressive. Kobe's going to be in their ears. The guard's going to be on the perimeter, pressuring the ball. D-Rose coming down in the building. People can't guard that young man right there. Too fast. But Kobe and that guy, I think initially they're going to be on the right track because Kobe loves defense. He loves defense. The offense will take care of itself.
I'm a Kobe fan, but I don't know about that game. So I'm thinking Bulls, Heat, Knicks, and the Thunder.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not going to make any. Let me see what happens in the trade before the season starts and see who picks up what, and then I'll go ahead and make my predictions later on.
That's based on what we see now.
Well, that's what you can see now, but I'll take the Lakers, Heat, Knicks, and also the Thunder. So,
Spectator sport.
we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic here.
Speaking of Tebow,
What
Urban
about
Meyer is the coach, or excuse me, another lying-ass coach, pardon my French, another lying coach is now, Urban Meyer now is now the head coach of Ohio State. He's pulling a Nick Saban? Is that what's going on?
I mean, he pulled a Nick Saban. You, Urban, I mean, come on, Urban. I was so disappointed.
He's pulling
when I
a
seen
Nick
this.
Saban. He went from Tebowing to Nick Saban.
I mean, basically, you went to God to Satan. I mean, no, let me stop. You didn't do that. I'm getting a little ridiculous right now. I like Urban Meyer. You know, he gives a lot of insight when he's doing his analyst thing this year. But come on, man. You had health problems. You got out of the coaching job in Florida because of your health. You want to spend time with your family. Now, 10 months, 11 months later, you took a job at Ohio State.
Did you hear his explanation? He
Yeah.
had health
It sounds like a
concerns.
bunch of
Fine.
BS.
He wants to be with his family. And then he said, okay, he's healthy. And he had family time. Now he's back.
Come on, man. That sounds like a bunch
He's
of
good
BS.
now. He needed a vacation.
Jeremy Foley, the AD of University of Florida, I'm sorry. He came out, he said the right thing. He was politically correct. But the Florida fans got to be outraged right now. You left us, trying to leave us 2 times. The second attempt, for the first attempt failed. The second attempt was successful. And now you're coming back 10 to 11 months later, talking about you missed it. You made a big mistake. Yeah, you made a big mistake. We suck now. You made our football irrelevant because we had setbacks because I heard things weren't going so well in recruiting, which I don't know how true that is because Florida always going to have great recruiting classes. But I don't know if the pressures of the SEC got to you or what happened, but you going to Ohio State, it just makes Florida fans feel a certain way. You coming back 10 months later. I see if it was 2-3 years down the road you come back. I understand Ohio State probably was a dream job because you're from Ohio, but that's just not right. You won 2 national championships with the University of Florida. That's one of the best jobs in the country. Way better than Ohio State. I don't know where people got even comparing Ohio State to Florida. We won 2 championships within 3 years.
Who cares,
How can
though?
you even put these
I would rank
programs on
Ohio.
the same
I don't know
level?
anything about college sports, and they call them the Ohio State University. It's not the Florida University. It's not even Florida State University or the U. It's just U
Are you
of
disrespecting
F.
right now?
That's all it is.
Are you disrespecting the University of Florida right now? You hold your tongue.
Besides Gatorade, what have you done for me?
You hold your tongue, sir. You hold your
Besides
tongue.
Gatorade, what have you done for me?
You hold your tongue. Don't you ever disrespect
That's just
the
because you're a
University of
Timothy
Florida.
Slurper. That's the only reason why you care all of a sudden about U of F.
Don't you disrespect the University of Florida.
Come on, son,
Urban Meyer,
and come on,
you
man.
You left the University of Florida for they're not they're Ohio State. They are garbage at the end of the day. The only thing they're going to do is win Big Ten titles. They will never contend nationally because they can't beat no schools in the SEC when it comes down to it. You can go take that job. You still ain't winning no national championships. I don't care, Urban. If you're from Ohio, I don't care. You left Florida. You turned your back. You made excuses. I don't care about your health issues because I don't think you had any.
He cares about championship games. That's what it's all about. He
Yeah,
can't win another
game.
championship in
You
Florida
ain't winning
now
no national
without
titles.
Timothy.
Tell me, you're not winning no national
Cam.
titles at Ohio State. You still got to go up against the SEC, sir. LSU, Alabama, when Florida gets back on the map. We got Chan Gale, not Chan Gale, what am I talking about? The fat man. I forgot his name. Golly. The assistant coach for Bill Belichick when they win those Super Bowls. I forgot the dude's name. Whatever.
Charlie Weiss?
Yeah, Charlie Weiss. We got Charlie Weiss. GS at run the pro-style offense. You got your head coach. Huh?
Who got Charlie Weiss?
Florida. He's the offense coordinator.
Really?
Yeah. So we got him in the building. We're going to get that offense right. We're going to get that pro-style quarterback in there, and we're going to get back to the top, baby. We still got athletes, over 300 Division I athletes in the state of Florida. So we always got the top recruiting classes, and we're going to get back to that national promise.
Well, that's in the future. So today, in terms of championship games, who you got?
I mean, championship games today.
You going Wisconsin?
No. Let's go ahead and recap that game from last night first. That Oregon UCLA game. Now that was a total beatdown, people. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Basically, what happened was UCLA should never have been in this Pac-12 championship because due to the sanctions on USC, they weren't allowed to go, which really led the division, but they weren't allowed to go. The next team that was behind them was UCLA. So what happens is now UCLA takes their spot because they can't play in the Pac-12 championship due to the sanctions. So you got UCLA comes out last night. They put up a pretty good match. I mean, a pretty good fight up initially, but then eventually what happens? Dan Thomas, LaMichael James, those athletes in Oregon run all over them, run the score up. That's what happened. But moving on to a real game, Wisconsin-Michigan State. Now this
Wisconsin all day, right?
I mean, you would say that the first time they played too, but guess who ended up winning that game on a Hail Mary last second play? Michigan State. So now this is a revenge game for Wisconsin to me. I mean, I don't think Russell Wilson makes those same mistakes that he made in the first game. So I would take Wisconsin just through the Monty Ball and that power running attack, and with Russell just back there lighting it up from the QB, running, throwing, doing what he want to do back there. I don't think luck repeats itself twice, and I think Wisconsin beats Michigan State in a big way by 2 touchdowns.
Spectator sport.
Any chance Georgia beats LSU?
Is there any chance Georgia beats LSU? I think there is no chance Georgia beats LSU. LSU is taking care of business. People keep wanting LSU to look ahead and say, oh, might not be focused, blah, blah, blah. No, they're not going to not be focused because these teams set goals when the season begins. The first goal is to win the first game. Win all of your games, get to the SEC title game, win your division, and then win the whole SEC. So their next goal right now, they went through the SEC, they went undefeated. Now their next goal is to win the SEC title game. These kids are going to be focused. Georgia does not have a chance with all that talent in the secondary, with the running game, with all the playmakers on offense. Georgia does not have a chance. LSU will come out, dominate this game in a big way.
Just like Va-Tech, right?
Va-Tech. Now Va-Tech, oh, gosh. Va-Tech, they've been impressive. Don't get me wrong. But Clemson, they start off real hot, that 8-0. I still think Taj Boyd and, Mr. Sammy Watkins can compete in this game. And I think they can pull out a victory here. But it's going to be a good game because with the offense that Clemson, they know they can run and they know they can score a lot of points with that defense of Va-Tech. It's going to be... it's going to be a good, hard-fought game. It depends if Clemson can, don't make no turnovers, and, play how you can play like you did in the beginning of the season. You're going to have a great chance to win this game because you have more playmakers at the end of the day than Va-Tech. And I think that Clemson can win this game. So I'm going to side with Clemson on the game, but Virginia Tech, trust me, that Logan Thomas, that quarterback, that kid is something serious. So with him spreading that ball out, they got a good running game, and with the special team of Frank Beamer, it's going to be a good game. I'll tell you one thing. If Virginia Tech gets some special team returns and some blocks, Clemson's not going to have a chance.
Spectator sport.
It shouldn't even be called a golf. Let's just call it Tiger. So in the Tiger sport, he's back, apparently. He's the NBA. He's been tying it up lately. The last match they had, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He was, in the lead, doing his thing. He got a little swag back, which means he smashed it. He's out there with Jordan and Herman Cain. He back on the scene, apparently. He got his swing back.
Herman Cain in the building.
He's swinging again.
Spectator sport.
Tiger, man, you're coming in.
You got a 3-shot lead.
3-shot lead this weekend coming in. You're 5 under right now. Shot at 67 total. He's got to keep it up, man. I read your article. Tiger said it himself. He said he doesn't care what he does in the first 2 days. He needs to do this for 4 days. That's what Tiger said. This is coming out of Tiger's mouth. Tiger said, I don't care about my first 2 days, my first 2 performances the first 2 days. They don't mean nothing to me. I have to finish. That's what he's been having a problem doing. He's been having a problem finishing golf matches. That's what he's been having a problem doing. That's what he has to do. He has to finish. He has to stop with these bogeys. He has to stop with all this nonsense, bad putting, and all this stuff. You got to finish, Tiger. You got to finish strong. Get this first victory out of the way since, in the last 2 years, you haven't won a tournament of any sort, any kind. So you got to get this first one out the way, and then you're going to come back. You're going to win Augusta. You're going to win all the